What is up, Revivalists? How's it going? Hope you're all well. Simon here from CD Revival. Today I'm going to do the last part of my CD collection, M's, basically. So last part of the artist beginning with M. It's been going on for a while. I've done various rankings, obviously Motorhead, Marilyn Manson, Metallica, Megadeth, amongst others. Motorhead, said that already. Anyway, so now I'm just going to finish off the last of my M-related CDs, so just go through them quickly for you to check out. And then we'll be on to N. We've got 9 Inch Nails to do for N, and a few other bits and pieces, not quite as many as M, fortunately. Anyway, starting off with the band Manowar. I've got a few from them. I've got this one here, Battle Hymns, a decent classic album from them, with some good stuff on there. Manowar are an interesting band. They've done some good stuff. They're obviously very cliche metal kind of, but there's some, they've done some banging stuff. This one's got Metal Days on it, which is one of my favourite tracks of theirs of all time. Battle Hymn, it's got a few decent tracks on it. It's an earlier one of theirs. So that one there. The first sort of 3 or 4 tracks are probably the best on there, but so there's that one. I have got Fight in the World, which is probably my favourite album of theirs. It's quite a short one, it's only about half an hour long. But yeah, really cool. It's got like Blow Your Speakers, which is pretty much how I got introduced to them. Saw the video on MTV back in the day. But the actual tracks, Fight in the World, great. Carry On's a really cool one. Anthemic. Violence and Bloodshed I like. Defender, really cool as well. Black Wind, Fire and Steel. So lots of really cool tracks on here. They've gone for like the sort of Kiss Destroyer kind of cover style as well, which is nice. But anyway, yeah, I like this album a lot. Sounds really cool. So it's kind of short, but still a really good album. First album I got from them. Then we've got Louder Than Hell. This one, yeah, this is pretty cool. Do enjoy this one. It's got Brothers of Metal Part 1 on it, which is really cool. God's Made Heavy Metal, super cheesy but also super cool. So yeah, really good album. Metal based as well, obviously. So that is good. I like that one. I have got Warriors of the World. This one's a digipack, and this is another quite good one as well. So this one's got some good stuff. Actually, this one's a bit of a weird one. This has got like a pretty much straight up version of Ness and Dorma on it. It's got a few power chords thrown in at the end, which is but it actually does it kind of well. And also an American Trilogy, which is another sort of odd cover as well. But yeah, once again, it's quite overblown and still pretty cool. But yeah, some other good Manowar-y tracks on there as well. So yeah, not a bad album. That one is still pretty cool. And then I've got this one, The Triumph of Steel. This one is a bit weird. The first track is like super long. Yeah, it's nearly half an hour long, I think. The first sort of Achilles, Agony and Ecstasy in 8 parts. Yeah, 20 odd minutes. Yeah, it's got like one of the bits in the middle is like a massive drum solo. It's a bit of a slog, if I'm being honest with you. The whole album is a little bit of a slog. It's definitely my least favourite of theirs, but yeah, is it worth checking out? I'll leave you to decide that. If you wanted to do a 26-minute opus that just kind of meanders with all sorts. Anyway, Triumph of Steel, that one there. That's the last of the Oh yeah, no, I've got this, the Manowar Anthology. Probably pick that up in a charity shop some point. It's got Metal Days on it. It's got Fight in the World, Blow Your Speakers on it. So Violence and Bloodshed. So it's got some pretty cool stuff on there, to be fair. Them looking manly on the front cover is also good. A couple of bits from Gary Moore. This one I think was a charity shop purchase, which is Back on the Streets, which is like a collection basically. Some it's got Out in the Fields on it, Run for Cover, Shapes of Things, Blood of Emeralds, Wild Frontier. Some good stuff on there, a couple of live tracks. So that is quite cool. And I've also got his Wild Frontier album as well. This I had the single of, I think, Over the Hills and Far Away. Yeah, it was. It was a double 7-inch single pack, which was pretty cool. This has got like the cover Friday on My Mind. I think that came out as a single as well. The title track is pretty cool. And this one's got like 12-inch versions of Over the Hills and Far Away, 12-inch version of Wild Frontier as well, 12-inch version of Friday on My Mind, so it's like a digitally remastered, added bits on there. But yeah, cool album. Yeah, really good, really enjoyable. Do enjoy Gary Moore. I did enjoy Gary Moore, but rest in peace. Murder Dolls I've got, Beyond the Valley of the Murder Dolls, which was their first album. Pretty cool kind of horror metal. Joey Jordison, I think, plays the guitars on this. Wednesday 13 is the vocalist. But yeah, quite an enjoyable album. Say horror metal, you know, it's, you know, a fun album. I think they've done a couple of albums at least, but yeah, this first one's probably all you really need of theirs. A few from My Chemical Romance. Never a massive emo fan, but got a few of their albums. 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge is the first one that I've got, which has got a few classic tracks on it, things like Helena, and I'm Not Okay, I Promise, obviously, is a famous one. Not a bad album, pretty decent. Then I've got The Black Parade, which is obviously a super famous one. I loved this album when it came out, to be honest with you. Did listen to it a lot. I think it's really well put together, a really clever album. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I think it's, you know, very good. Things like This Is How I Disappear, I think is a brilliant track. Welcome to the Black Parade. Mama's a really cool teenager. It's got a lot of catchy stuff on there. I Don't Love You, I think that's a really cool track as well. Yeah, just an enjoyable album. Really say well produced, well put together, good songs on there. Really good stuff. Black Parade is Dead, which is like a live basically version. Got this from my brother, he bequeathed me this one. So that's pretty cool. I didn't even know it existed, but you know, obviously it does. And I've got the Danger Days, etc, 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 which was a bit of a change in style, but I do enjoy this one as well. I think this is really, really cool. Yeah, a lot obviously different to the last album, but still, was a little bit of a when it first came out, but still I think an enjoyable album. A couple of different things now. What have we got? Massive Attack, sort of dubby, techno-y, hard to describe really what they are, but if you know them you'll know their stuff. This is Mezzanine. It's got things like Angel on it, Teardrop, so some good stuff. Inertia Creeps, decent album if you like that kind of thing. Another Massive Attack versus Mad Professor. Got this one definitely at a charity shop, and I haven't actually listened to this one yet, but it's sort of dubby stuff, I think. Basically a remix CD of theirs, but for 50p or whatever, you can't really turn it down. And this one I got when this came out. This is the best of. This is quite a nice package. It's got, I think, 2 discs and a DVD. 2 discs maybe. It's a dual disc basically, CD there. So you've got the audio disc, and then you've got like a DVD with like CD on one layer and DVD on the other. DVD's got all the videos. Some of them are pretty cool. So yeah, a nice. I'm always a bit of a sucker for a booklet, double DVD package, etc, etc. So yeah, all their videos and all their hits, if you like, on that one. So that's really cool. I've got the soundtrack from Mission Impossible 2, music from and inspired by. A few interesting ones on here. It's got like I Disappear by Metallica, which is not available on any of their albums. Rob Zombie, Scum of the Earth, Limp Bizkit, Take a Look Around. They Came In by Butthole Surfers. Foo Fighters and Brian May doing Have a Cigar, that's really cool. What else have we got? Godsmack. Yeah, a few other people that you've never really heard of, but yeah, you may have. But yeah, that's pretty cool. This album, Michael Monroe, Not Faking It, ex-lead singer of the Hanoi Rocks. Done a few decent solo albums. I think this was his first solo album. I had this on vinyl when it first came out because I was really into that whole sort of like glam scene at the time. This one is, I love this album actually. I think it's really, really cool. I think it might have been in my top 10 glam albums that you must listen to. Title track, Dead Jail or Rock and Roll, really cool. While You Were Looking at Me, that's really cool. All Night with the Lights On, it's kind of quite light, almost sort of Billy Idol-esque, if you know what I mean, that kind of, but probably a bit heavier. Not Faking It, the title track's really cool. Love Is Thicker Than Blood. Just Man With No Eyes, that's a really, really cool track as well. If you like sort of glam, the lighter side of metal, and or Hanoi Rocks, this album well worth checking out. Really, really do enjoy that one. Excellent album. Then we go into, we've got a few non-metal now that we're going into. I know we've had Massive Attack already. Morrissey, obviously ex-lead singer of the Smiths, not exactly the most politically correct, or you know, doesn't keep his views to himself. This is Boner Drag. So this is the singles basically from his first couple of albums and some other bits as well. Yeah, do enjoy this one. November Spawned a Monster, really cool. Last of the Famous International Playboys, Ouija Board, Suede Head. You either like Morrissey or you really don't. I love him. Well, I love him, that's probably a bit strong. But Smiths were superb, and yeah, his solo stuff was pretty cool at that time. Manic Street Preachers, Generation Terrorists, their first album. Had this on cassette when it first came out. A lot of cool stuff on here, to be honest with you, but it's quite a lot of filler because it was like a double album. Things like Slash and Burn, Motorcycle Emptiness, You Love Us is a really cool track. Love Sweet Exile is really cool. Little Baby Nothing, I think it's got Tracy Lords on it. So yeah, Repeat, UK and USA. Methadone Pretty. Yeah, really a lot of like cool stuff. I did enjoy that one quite a lot when it came out, so that's that one. The Holy Bible by Manic Street Preachers, that's another cool one with their classic lineup. So yeah, probably one of their most underrated albums, or maybe overrated albums, I don't know, but even so, really cool album. And the last one I've got from theirs, which is the last one before I think they kind of went shit, is Everything Must Go. A lot of cool singles on this one as well. Things like Design for Life, Kevin Carter's a really cool track, Australia, really cool track as well. Everything Must Go, title track. But yeah, very listenable album, quite enjoyable if you like them and that sort of thing. And then we go into a few from George Michael, who, you know, I'm not ashamed to say that I do like some of his stuff. Very easy to pick up in a charity shop for very cheap as well. First album, solo album, Faith, to be honest with you, is a banger. A lot of really cool stuff on here. Title track, Faith, Father Figure, One More Try, Hell Day. Just, yeah, I Want Your Sex. Good, really good album, I think. Yeah, of its time obviously, but still really cool. Listen Without Prejudice, which is his second album, Praying for Time. So it's, you know, if you're not necessarily want to listen to metal and you know you might be with a lady or something like that, then you know sometimes it's nice to have some alternative listening. The album Older as well, that one's kind of okay as well, pretty cool. Jesus to a Child, Fast Love, etc, etc. Spinning the Wheel is a good track as well. Star People, so that's pretty cool. And the last one of his is Patience, and that's the last one I've got. So I do pick them up if I see them cheap, but that's pretty much, you know, yeah, Flawless, it's a pretty cool track on there. Freaks on this one, Patience itself, probably not his best, but either way. And then the last one I've got, which once again I did pick up in a charity shop, I thought it looked quite good. I don't mind Moby, his earlier stuff. I'm more familiar with this one. I've not even heard, but I got it because it was in a box, and you know, it looked quite, you know, quite nice for £1 or whatever it was. So it's 2 CDs. So yeah, we went for that. We can't get it back in, but yeah, so CD and a hotel ambient CD as well. But yeah, I've not even checked that one out. I will do when I'm in a, you know, chilling out maybe mood, maybe just read a book and, you know, listen to that. But let you know if you've heard that, what you think of that. And that is Moby Hotel, and that is it for M basically. So we're on to N. We've got 9 Inch Nails, which I've got quite a lot, pretty much most of their stuff. So I'll rank the albums, go through all the EPs, the remix albums, etc, etc. There's a lot. Things like Nirvana, Nuclear Assault to look forward to, and yeah, a few other bits as well. So we shall see what happens with N. But yeah, probably next video will be 9 Inch Nails ranking, then go through the other N's, and then we'll be on to O, which, you know, is Ozzy and, you know, Opeth and who knows what else. Oasis, I've pretty much got all their albums as well, so I'll probably do that. But anyway, thanks very much for watching my CD ranking. You know, hope you enjoy the videos. Let me know in the comments anything that I could do to improve, or you know, what would make you enjoy it more. And don't forget to like the video if you like the video, and subscribe to my channel, because it all really helps, and much appreciate it. So look forward to hearing from you in the comments, and you all take it easy. I'll see you next time. Cheers.